Alright, and let's just jump right into it. So we have a course designer option within the Golf Club 2, and it really, I was very surprised by it. And I'll let you guys, judge for yourself. But it's pretty cool, and this looks like a very simple, basic menu. But the trees and the water layout, that's something to actually keep an eye on, and I'll show you that here in a second. So we're going to go to New Course. And this is going to give us a little menu where we can pick the name of our course. Let's see, we're going to just make it something simple. Game and Gadget Grader. GGG. Our theme. A lot of different options. One cool thing to point out, winter, obviously that would be tough to see, the white golf ball in the winter and the snow. But one nice thing they've done is they have defaulted to have a colored neon golf ball. So if you do want to play in an Alaskan course or up in the tundra, you do have that option as well. We are going to go tropical. Now again, here's that background menu. You get the layout of the holes and where they're at. And as soon as it loads here we are. We are going to scroll down to terrain. Now this is kind of like a little slider option thing. Right now it's at the minimal amount of water you can have. I'm going to take it all the way up to 100 just so you can see the difference and the impact that it has on the map layout behind. So you change that. We'll go ahead and hit apply. And boom. A lot more water shows up. This is not a course I'd want to play on with there being that much water. Nobody would want to play on it. So let's go ahead and we're going to dial that back down to about 30. And we'll be a little bit more reasonable about it. Alright. Same deal with the trees, plants, grass, rocks. If you want a lot of hills and up and down. Well, let's mess with that a little bit. There's a lot of different ways you can customize it and make it a real versatile course. So apply. We're going to take a little step back here. Layout. This we're not going to change anything on it, but the standard setup for an 18-hole course. 4 par 3s, 4 par 5s. We're not going to mess with that, but if you wanted to, you can go ahead and change that here. Moving on. Now, one thing I really like about this is it gives you the option to play it. To play it as you make it. We're not going to play it beforehand. It's a very, very simple, the green's pretty much flat at this point. But using the right analog stick, you can scroll around and pick a specific course or a specific hole to start on. We're going to start on hole number 1 here. To zoom, you hit R2 or L2 to zoom out. So we are going to get in here nice and tight for hole number 1. When you hover over it, it tells you what part you're on. So on the top left hand you can see hole number 1, our cursor's position on the green. It even shows you kind of a ball flight. It's saying that we should lay up. Of course we're going to be aggressive. We're going to try and hit a draw into right on the green. We go for broke. So we're going to go ahead and start the tee box. We are going to sculpt the land. Now for this we're going to zoom in a little bit. We want to have a little bit of fun with this. This looks like it's actually sunken in a little bit. We are going to raise it up a bit. Now, if you look to the left-hand side, you have different shapes of cursors and things that that you can select to kind of form the landscape that you want to. L1 and R1 to lower and raise it. So if we wanted to sink it down, that's pretty ridiculous. We're not going to do that. But we're going to raise it up a little bit. So there's that. Place. Give it a second for it to catch up, and there we go. Now we have our elevated tee box. It's pretty cool. We are going to... We're going to leave everything else pretty much flat on this one. We got other stuff to do. So now create surfaces. This part, this is where you can add bunkers. You know, we're not going to mess with the green. Additional fairway if you want to expand the fairway or contract it and add some more rough. Surface number 1. I'm not sure exactly what that is. You can add cart paths. If you want to watch a tutorial, you can just hold down the central spot on the controller. We're not going to mess with cart paths right now, but there's a lot of different options that you can put in here. Whole settings, we are going to now go to edit whole. Nope, I lied. We're going to take a step back. We're going to go to environment. Actually, no, we're not. We already did that. We're going to take another step back. We're going to create an ad and place objects. This is what I've been looking for. So, this gives you the option to place more trees. This is in a tropical setting, so we are looking for some palm trees. And there's a pretty good variety of the different trees that you can select. So it's not all going to be the same exact tree. We're going to give this a little bit of an interesting placement. To make them taller or shorter, use the D-pad up and down. So let's not be crazy about it. But we're going to place a few more here. Might want a low draw on this. Alright, so there's our palm trees. Let's go ahead and use a different palm tree. Where's that one that's got a little bit of a lean? Here we are. So let's just put that here. I really like this feature. This is just this create a course, design a course option, something that can really add some life and longevity into this game and give it some return playability against your friends. And you know, you each can have tournaments and build your own tournaments off of courses that you've designed, and it's just a really cool thing, as you'll be able to see here in a second. It also gives you an opportunity to be a little bit silly with it, and I will show that. Rocks, so we're not going to mess with rocks. Plants, I'm just going to show you this real quick. If you have water, you can place lilies. But nice little plants, you know, some, you know, maybe around the tee box. Just a little aesthetic. Here we are. Alright. Now we're going to get to the fun stuff. Global objects. This is where it gets crazy. This gives you the opportunity, you can build fences and walls and you know, I'm not gonna mess with the fences and walls right now. I will tell you that I'm going to be building an 18-hole course that is set up like a zoo, and you'll be able to see the wildlife you can place here in just a minute. But with this, you can put buildings, you can place clubhouses. There's many different kinds. Some are pretty gorgeous. We are going to, let's just put it right there. Yeah, we're on the first tee. We could do whatever we want. So boom, there's that. Nice little terrace on the top. We don't need two of those. Washrooms gives you even an old school outhouse you can put. We're not going to do that. Some shelters, just some other little fine touch things that you'd see in a typical golf course. Lighthouse, big fan of the lighthouses. That's kind of weak. Let's do this one. I like that one. So we're gonna put that there. We're gonna rotate a little bit the other way so we get the good angle of it. Are you gonna want to put a lighthouse in every hole? No, you're not. But you know, it's something that'd be really cool to place. Other things, if you want a energy efficient course, you got a wind turbine that you can just place in here. So we're going to put that there. A helipad. I feel like that's a must for every golf course. We're going to put this right here. Okay. All right. Townhouses. I mean, you can put an entire... There's one particular course that Jimmy and I play, and it basically set in the backyards of people's houses and homes. So you actually can replicate something like that. There's some pretty impressive houses as an option here, just you know, on that real course. City. You can actually build a course within a large city. It's really just... I'm impressed by some of these options. The building types. There's many different building types. Office buildings, you know, old style, new style. It's just, there's so many different things you can put on here. Very cool. Camera towers, if you want that traditional golf feel. Let me zoom back in here so you can see what those look like. We'll put one here. Yeah, there's just so many different things you can do with this feature. Crowd seating. You can put... actually, it probably would be more like this. So we'll put that right there near the green. I will tell you, in a course that I'd made previously, I did sail one up into the stands, and it was sitting on one of the bleachers. And it made me play it from the bleacher, so it actually is interactive, and it tells you, you know, it treats it like that. It treats it like you're sitting there, and you need to chip it off of the deck onto the green. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's very interactive. So that's that in a nutshell for the buildings. Now we're going to go to the fun stuff, the wildlife. Okay, so mammals. We have, you know, the traditional things you see on every single golf course. So I'm pretty impressed by some of these. The detail in them is really cool. You know, we'll zoom in, zoom out a little bit, spin around. That looks pretty good. Another thing that's nice is there's two of them on the screen. They're not making the same exact movement at the same time. You know, games have fallen trapped to that before, where they just do the same thing at the same time, and it doesn't look very good. It looks like they cheaped out on it. Looked like they, you know, just didn't put enough into it. You know, if you're playing up in the Great North, you've got your moose option, some horses. You know, with some fences you can set up in like a little, excuse me, like a little, you know, equestrian area. A random goat. I've never seen a goat on a golf course. Sheep. We're gonna put a cow just because. I can rotate the cow. There he is. Alright. And I have a special request. I gotta put the kangaroo. Kangaroo's gotta be somewhere. Hold on. Where's our bunker? And we're gonna put him over here by the green. And what is a tropical golf course if you don't have a gator on the green? We're going to put him in the bunker. No. Here we are. We're going to put him in the bunker. Probably making that kangaroo a little nervous over there, but alright, there's that. Now, another feature that this gives you is the option to add water, and it also gives the option to add some sea life. It only has the option for 4 different colors of koi fish, but it's still a really cool little detail, because when you zoom in and you see how small it is, it's not going to really show us too much, but there it is. That's how small it is. That's the tiny details, and when you look at in the grand scheme of things, we're talking about a very minor thing that you're going to interact with very, very little, but the game is taking into consideration those little details, and those are little things that help put this game over the top. Insects, I mean, it's crazy. I don't know how many people are going to add insects. I don't think I can. Oh yeah. Okay. So they are pretty visible. Birds, you can put an eagle. He's going to be flying around a little bit. It'll actually put it up in the air, so you'll see the shadow more than anything. So here, that's this feature in a nutshell. I found that the best way to do is just dive into it, mess around with it, have some fun with it. And typically by about the third hole, you're really comfortable with navigating it, maneuvering through it. We're going to go back to go ahead and play this game. We're going to play this hole. We are going to play test. We're going to play this hole. We're going to give it a second here to load up, and we will give it a shot and see what kind of damage we can do. Alright, and one thing I did want to add, I did forget to add it, but we have the helipad, and what goes to helipad if you don't have a helicopter? There is a vehicles option, and if you have a lot of water, it gives the option to add boats, and some of these boats are very impressive, like yachts and things like that, a little sailboat, fishing boat, a lot of different options. You can add airplanes, you can add a blimp. The blimp it's pretty enormous. I don't know why we'd have that, but it's interesting. And of course, the helicopter you can put on the helipad. There are also cars, all different options. And what is happening here? It's a little detail that maybe we overlooked. We're gonna tee off and give it a shot, though. This is due to me not setting a tee location, which it gave me that option. I remember blowing right past it earlier on because I want to get in the video. But this gives you the option for the tee location. So hindsight, I will go back and fix that next time. Teeing off. Here we are, and missed it wide left, but got a nice little bounce back to the right. Now I'll be chipping down to the right of the kangaroo and the crocodile, as I'm trying to navigate and spin the camera, I accidentally hit a stroke. So we're going to just chip it up on the green here. 24 yards, 29 out. And up on the green, get a little bit of run out of it. Ooh, alright, I can deal with that. And you're going to get a chance to putt for par. And we're going to spin around real quick just so you can see. There's your kangaroo. There's your crocodile. Little gator golf. I'm going to do it. Let's see what it does. Oh, I didn't hit it nearly hard enough. All right, well, folks, that is the course designer analysis. Overall, I think it's a really, really great feature that they added into this game. You can go in and customize it. Your friends customize it. You guys can play each other's courses. All you have to do then is you just go and there's an option to publish the course at the menu, and then it actually puts it online and allows other people that you don't even know to play the course. So that being said, let's go ahead and get back to the round. All right, Jimmy?